Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about NEBOSH exam pattern and then NEBOSH action keywords. To pass in the NEBOSH exam, you have to perform well, but you have only 2 hours of time. To pass in the NEBOSH exam, we have mainly 2 key factors. One is the amount you can remember about the elements, content remembering, and second is how you are going to apply your knowledge in the exam situation. IGC 1 and IGC 2, both exams consist of 2 sections of each. Section 1 consists of only 1 question of 20 marks. Section 2, 10 questions each of 8 marks. So totally 80 plus 20, 100 marks. So this 11 questions to be attended in 2 hours of time. There is no choice of questions in the exam, all questions are compulsory. So NEBOSH recommends you to spend 30 minutes, half an hour in section 1 and 1.5 hour in section 2. So 30 minutes in section 1 and 90 minutes in section 2. So exam technique. Read the question carefully. Minimum 2 to 3 times you have to read the question, understand the question what you are trying to ask. Monitor the time. Approximately each question you have to spend 10.5 minutes. Consider the marks available. 2 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks, 8 marks, 10 marks, 12 marks. According to the mark, you have to vary your contents. And then finally, pay attention to the action words where you are going to discuss right now. Action words for NEBOSH International General Certificate Exams IGC. Action words for NEBOSH IGC exams. First is give. This question used to come in the format like give an example of, give the meaning of. Like this. Give the meaning of the term permit to work. How can we answer? First thing you have to write what is permit to work. It forms a safe system of work to control high risk work activities such as hot work. What is permit system and how it is used? Give some example. So define what is permit and then give some examples. Then identify. Identify basically give a reference to an item which could be its name or title. Basically the word or phrase will be sufficient provided the reference is very clear. For example, identify 4 hazards associated with excavations. So how can we answer for this? What are the 4 hazards associated with excavation? Collapse of the sites, water ingress, falling materials, underground services. So these are the 4 hazards of excavation. Like that you have to give the main points. Look at this question. Identify 4 types of safety signs and give an example. They are asking 4 types with example. So you have to mention what are the 4 safety signs. Prohibition, warning, mandatory, emergency, like that. Give 4 types of safety signs. For each sign, give examples also like this. So prohibition sign, no smoking, warning sign, caution not surface, like that. For each of the safety signs, you have to give the example. Next keyword is outline. Outline to indicate, you have to mainly indicate the principal features. Exhaustive description is not required. Only you have to write the major aspects. For example, outline 4 hazards associated with excavation. Previously we have seen for identify, we are only giving the main headings. Here, about each hazard you have to explain in 1 or 2 lines. Collapse of the sites. What is it? Unsupported trench or incorrect angle of the sites. Like that, for each of the hazard you have to explain in 1 or 2 lines. You have to give a short briefing in 1 or 2 lines. Like that you have to write for each of the 4 hazards. Next is describe. Describe basically needs a detailed written account of the distinctive features of a subject. The information should be factual without any attempt to explain. Don't try to explain for the describe question. Describe needs a sufficient detail actually so that a person would visualize. You have to visualize when you are describing. For describe questions, don't try to explain. So like this question, describe the mechanical hazard. They are asking describe the mechanical hazards associated with the bench grinder. They are only asking about the hazards. So you can see the points like entanglement hazard, drawing in, trapping, friction or abrasion, stamping or puncture hazards. So they are mainly giving the mechanical hazards. In this question, they are not trying to explain how the bench grinder works, or they are not trying to explain what kind of injury may happen because of the grinder. They are only giving about the mechanical hazards associated with bench grinder. Next keyword is explain. So explain to provide an understanding, to make an idea or relationship clear. This command word is testing the candidate's ability to know or understand why or how something happens. Okay. So just read this question. Explain how sensitive protective equipment, that is strip devices, can reduce the risk of contact with moving parts. So in this, for this question, the answer will be sensitive protective equipment is designed to identify the presence of a person or body part within the danger zone. First of all, you have to explain what is sensitive protective equipment, how it functions, and then you have to give the different examples for sensitive protective equipment like pressure mat, live beam, like that. You have to explain what is sensitive protective equipment, give examples, and then explain how each device will work. For example, this live beams that are connected to the machine controls and would stop the machine rapidly should a person or body detected. So like that, first of all explain what is sensitive protective equipment, then give examples, and then give a brief note about the examples, how they are working. In this way, you have to give the brief answers for explain. I hope you understood about the NEBOSH exam pattern and the action keywords for NEBOSH IGC exams. All the best for your exams. Thank you.